Hi there, Cancer. Welcome to your August 2023 reading. Let's start with Gang Cockatoo, Mountain Spirit. This card is all about self-expression. It's about expressing our creativity and expressing ourselves out into the world. The Gang Cockatoo is very confident, is very strong, and resilient. It's a very resilient bird. The Gang Cockatoo speaks about being respectful. It speaks about being respecting ourselves and expressing ourselves through a state of self-love. Now, this is really important for you throughout August because it is Leo season, and Leo is activates your second house. So the sun is moving through Leo, but also we have a Venus retrograde in Leo that started on July the 23rd and it goes until September 4. And I've done a separate video about the Venus retrograde, okay, so I recommend you go and watch that. It goes into a lot of depth about how to utilize that energy, how to work with it to optimize your experience. And I've done a separate tarot card reading for each zodiac sign in that video as well. So with Venus retrograde and Leo season, activating your second house, we're looking at your values. You're looking at how you align with your values, how you uphold your values, how you practice your values in real time. So we have this discrepancy, or this if there's a difference between your aspired values and your practiced values, meaning that you want to be a certain way but you act in a different way, or a way that's different to that. That's kind of what's coming up during this time. And so this Gang Cockatoo card is reminding you to be gentle on yourself and to uphold your own values, to express yourself lovingly, meaning to be in alignment with your own personal integrity, to be a solid sense of self, which is all that second house activation that is coming up for you. So if you're feeling uncomfortable, if you're really struggling through this month, if there's emotional disharmony for you coming up, that's where it's important to look at this time. It's important to look at your values and how you uphold them, and your sense of self, your security within yourself, and how loving and gentle you are on yourself in terms of upholding that integrity. We have the Ace of Wands, the Six of Swords, and the Strength card. So this Strength card is the card of Leo. There's a line on there. It's really indicating that heavy Leo energy that's happening at the start of the month with Leo season and with the Venus retrograde. It is a powerful time for you to shift and change and adapt into your own alignment, into your own power. So into your alignment with your power, Ace of Wands, following your passions, following your joy, and really giving value to that. This is what I'm hearing for you. So whatever you value, and that can be finances, okay? This can be the house of money and wealth and finances and your resources. So, and Venus is the planet of money, so you can look at that. But, you know, people value all sorts of different things. It doesn't have to be money, so you can choose what brings you a sense of value, of abundance in your life, what lights you up. There needs to be some sort of level of passion here with the Ace of Wands and with the Strength, with that Leo energy, because that Leo energy is super creative, and Venus in Leo is really creative. So bringing that creative, passionate component into whatever you're dealing with this month, there's an ability to move forward. There's an ability to leave behind what's no longer serving you, which is going to be powerful for everybody this month, because we're in that retrograde period, because there's so many planets in retrograde, and we have Venus in retrograde. And then at the end of the month, on August 24th, Mercury will move retrograde in Virgo as well. So those two personal planets are allowing you to unravel and undo any baggage that you don't want to move forward with you, and to move forward with a clean slate with the Six of Swords, okay? And to move towards a more passionate, more fulfilled life. The Strength card does indicate that there could be some sense of turmoil that comes, because when we need to have strength, we need to have strength when things are not easy. So recognizing and identifying that if that comes up for you, it is about this expression of yourself with the Gang Cockatoo. It's about being gentle on yourself and expressing your heart's desires, expressing your passion with Venus in retrograde there. We have the Fool. And the Knight of Coins. The Knight of Coins is the card, is one of the cards in the tarot deck that represents a Virgo. And so let's talk about Virgo for a minute. We begin Virgo season on August the 23rd, and then on August the 24th, Mercury will move retrograde in Virgo. So I have done a separate tarot card reading and video around that, Mercury retrograde in Virgo. Again, I recommend you go and watch that. It goes into a lot of detail about what Mercury retrograde is, how we can utilize it, how we can tap into it for our highest potential. And there's an individual tarot card reading for each sign in that video as well. So that Mercury retrograde will be bringing your awareness and your focus to the details, okay? So the Mercury retrograde is about our focus. It's about our mind, our mental habits, the mental component of our life. And this is about creating some detail. This card says, I deserve financial security. So again, if this is about finances, is about worth and wealth, is bringing your details to that storyline the narrative that you're telling yourself, like the automatic thinking that comes from the unconscious, is about bringing that into this picture and going in a new direction. The Fool, you have this new journey. You've got the Fool with the Six of Swords here. That means that there is this moving on. This is a new beginning that's available during this time. There is a new moon in Leo happening on August the 16th. So that new moon in your second house, an opportunity for a new beginning. And so that work that you're doing with the Venus retrograde, preparing the soil, preparing yourself with an abundance mindset, with removing any scarcity and aligning with your abundance, bit by bit, small steps, Knight of Coins, small steps, that's allowing you to shed a layer that is holding you back and step into your power, Ace of Wands, in this new journey moving forward. That new moon on August 16th, a powerful time to do that work for you, okay? Because there is this new storyline. And as Mercury moves retrograde, that's happening in your third house, and that's a really powerful position to have the Mercury retrograde in. Not to mention that Mercury is retrograding in Virgo, which it is in its most powerful position anyway. It's going to be a very strong Mercury retrograde for you. There's a lot that you can do with this, but this is about really tending to your thought habits, to your mental habits, and aligning with an abundance mindset and eliminating a scarcity mindset. We have the Death card. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Wands. This Five of Wands card says, I stand my ground and look for peace. The Five of Wands comes out when there is some sort of battle, there is some sort of chaos and conflict. It may be with other people, or it may be an internal conflict. Usually with the Five of Wands, I get this feeling of perfectionism, trying to be perfect, trying to be too detailed, Knight of Coins, about like each little bit, trying to get it all perfect, and sacrificing the ability to flow with what is to flow with expression. Okay, with the Cockatoo card here, this like ability to just like be perfectly imperfect and allow it to just be expressed through you in that beautiful way that the universe is actually requiring from you. With the Six of Swords and the Fool and the Death card, there is definitely an ending and a new beginning that is coming through this month for you, Cancer. And I really, like I've already spoken about this a lot. I think this retrograde period is a great time to end one way of being and to move into the next. The Death card is beautiful in terms of the rebirth energy that it brings, but like I said, there's this strength that needing to overcome some sort of obstacle. So that could be this needing to be strong during this time while you're in this transition period, where you're in this fluid period of moving from one space to another. And if you're moving from one space to another, that really does mean that something is coming to an end, something is being removed from your life, which can be a painful process. But again, remembering, dropping into your heart, uplifting your thought habits. That's going to be the way through this month. So we had the solar angel and the bringer of joy. I feel really strongly for you with these cards, Cancer, that there is a choice that you need to make, or that you can make during this month, where you can choose to stay where you are and stay stuck in old patterns and old ways of being that you know the results of, you know the potential outcome of that because you're living it right now. Or you can choose to shift and change and go in this new direction and end that cycle, end the cycle that you've been in for a very long time. It does require strength, it requires diligence, it requires you to be focused and to put one foot in front of the other, Knight of Coins, to create this ending and this new beginning for yourself. But that's going to be reflected back to you. These cards are the cards that show you what's being reflected back to you through your environment. And with the solar angel, that I feel pulled to talk about that new moon in Leo again, the happening on August 16th. I think that's going to be a really powerful time for you, Cancer, if you do the work around that moon to initiate something new, and that will be reflected to you during that time, that middle period of August. You'll be able to see that manifesting in your reality. And this is about following your joy. The Venus retrograde in Leo has been all about opening our hearts as a collective. We've been doing a lot of heart opening work, and the people that are suffering, the people that are struggling with that energy are the people that are closing off their hearts, that are resistant to that heart opening sensation. They're the ones that are going to really struggle with this time. And when we, people that are going to do really well are the people that are already open-hearted, or that are willing to open their heart. And the way to do that is through joy. The language of the heart is love and joy and gratitude. Okay, and so as you tap into that, the more that you tap into that with this passion card, the Ace of Wands, if you can tap into your heart space, if you can tap into your passions and you can feel the sensation of joy, that is going to be reflected back to you in your environment this month. So the more that you can do that, the more that you will see the results of that coming to you. Surrender your addictions. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. So I do feel like this is talking about, like what I just said, I feel like there's a decision for you to make, and it's going to be difficult whether you want to continue to progress in the way that you have been, or do you want to stop and change and end something and start something new. The Death card and the Fool card here. This ending of one cycle, the starting of a new cycle. And with the Mercury retrograde, if you watch the Mercury retrograde video, I go into a lot of depth about this, but the Mercury retrograde is about breaking habits, about breaking addictions, it's about breaking unconscious thought processes, things that we engage in without, like, automatically, which requires a lot of effort, it requires a lot of work, it's because we become addicted to those patterns, we become addicted to certain thought sensations and certain emotions, even when they're not nice, even when they're not enjoyable. We can become like addicted to depression, and we can become addicted to disappointment or nervousness because our body produces these chemicals and it expects those chemicals to continue to be produced. And when we try to make a shift, when we try to make a change, the body lashes out and responds negatively because it's addicted to those chemicals. And when it's not receiving them, even though it's beneficial for it to not receive them, it doesn't understand the difference, and it makes us feel really uncomfortable. So I do get this feeling, Cancer, that during this month you will experience a lot of discomfort, but I actually think that's a really good sign. If you're experiencing discomfort, don't stop, don't give into it. It means you're changing. It means that good things are coming for you. You're breaking this addiction, you're breaking this habit, and you're moving into a new sphere, a new direction. And it does require strength and bravery and an alignment to your true self. So we have take 5 or more minutes to concentrate on the divine feeling or a higher thought, doing your best to block out all other distractions. And we have develop flexibility and aim to be in harmony in all environments. So this card here, this is really talking about that Mercury retrograde. It begins on August the 24th and it goes until September 16. And so we'll be working with this energy for quite a while. And any time that Mercury is in retrograde, meditation and deliberate focus is the key. It's the key to getting through a Mercury retrograde successfully and to really harnessing the energy that's being offered to you. Like I've said, I've sort of gone on about it a lot in this reading, but there is this ability, there is opportunity here for you to uplift your thought habits, to uplift your thinking, to serve you and support you as you move forward. But there is this need to do the work. These addictions need to be broken, which is hard work. But this is one way you can do it. And as you align your thoughts, even just for 5 minutes and up to 20 minutes, if you can sit in a higher frequency, a higher feeling thought, and maintain that focus on that thought for that whole amount of time, you start to make shifts on an internal level. You start to shift your unconscious mind. You start to shift your body. Like I said, when that happens, it doesn't feel good. So you have to push through the discomfort. But those shifts change your state of being. And then the more that you do that, the more that the universe responds to a new state of being, this full Six of Swords energy. So you can end an old state of being, start a new state of being. And this is how you do it, Cancer. Now, develop flexibility and aim to be in harmony in all environments. Again, this is about allowing this new opportunity to be a different person and doing it in real time, in the real environments with the real people that you're interacting with. This is just another strategy. You can bring your conscious awareness to each new environment as you're entering into a new environment and focus on being harmonious to that environment or bringing harmony to that environment if there's chaos there. You can influence your environment and therefore your environment can influence you, and that is a way to utilize energy throughout August. So that is your August reading, Cancer. I hope this was beneficial for you, and I'm very appreciative of your time and grateful that you are allowing me on your creative journey as well. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel. That really helps me. Plus, you'll get notified when I release that Mercury retrograde video around August 24th. And I'll link Venus retrograde video down below. And I really, really look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.